because a lot of people that will speak to you and give you tips will say that your best team is your customers, but I wasn't a customer first of all. So I joined both at the same time, products and business. I became my own first customer, and I just run with it. And I didn't know what I was doing for quite a long time. But do you know what? I took the products, I followed the plan, and I fell in love with it. And the more I fell in love with the products and the plan, the quicker my business grew. I really do believe in this business, we get paid because we love the products. We should not love the products because we get paid for it. So as soon as you fall in love with the products, you will naturally share them anyway, and then you will grow a business from it. So that's what I did. It took me 12 months part-time to reach national marketing director. And I say part-time because when I first started, I was actually at uni 2 nights a week as well, doing a diploma in marketing. So I was working full-time 2 nights a week in college, and I still found time for this business. So I used to do an hour, maybe 2 hours in the evenings, quite late in the evenings, maybe an hour before I was due to get up really early. And then just in the nooks and crannies of my day, I'd be queuing for my lunch, I'd be on my phone. I'd go to the loo, I'd be walking to another meeting room, I'd be on my phone. And my life is still pretty much like that now, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, it was all a little bit of a whirlwind, first of all, reaching National Marketing Director in 12 months. Last year I was actually nominated. In the UK, we have an awards. I'm not sure if you have them in America as well, but we have like a big awards ceremony. You might have seen some of the girls actually won them this year, Direct Selling Association. And I was nominated Best Part-Time Distributor out of the whole of the UK for Juice Plus. So that was an amazing opportunity. I got in the top 3 as well. So this business has literally, when people say it's changed their lives, like it really has changed my life. I'm still not, where I want to be in this business yet, but it has changed my life. It has not only has it paid off my debt. So I started off, I wanted to pay, I was in a lot of debt when I first started this business. So from an outside perspective, it looked as though I had a great job. I drove a nice car. I had money, but I didn't. And I kept that to myself. And this business has allowed me to have that financial freedom again. So just be in control of my finances, It's not, for me, it's never been about, buying these, like the watches and the Range Rovers. It's never been about that for me. That stuff is lovely, but it was so important for me to just pay off my debts, which is what I did do. I've now been able to buy a house from this business. We've been on holidays. Came over to New York. We've been to Marbella with the team. It's literally just changed my life. And honestly, if I can do it, if anyone watched our recent convention we had in Liverpool in the UK, I spoke about events and the power of events and what they can do for you. And throughout that, if you haven't seen it, I'll send Tasha the link. It's on YouTube, so you can have a look after. But I really did take the mickey out of myself and just laugh at myself and the things that I'd done wrong throughout the last 2 years. Because I think it's so important, because when you start and you put on events and things like that and they go wrong, it's very important to realise that actually people at the top still do things really, really wrong as well. But you know what they say, when you fall off a horse, the most important thing to do is to get straight back on it. And that's exactly what I've done. So if anyone does make mistakes, just carry on until you get it right. So Tasha's asked me to talk a little bit about my top tips, and social media as well. So I do have some tips. So hopefully these will be helpful. But one thing I would say that I always say to my team, and you've actually already touched on it already, is having excuses. I really believe that success is a choice that we all make. And I know some people think, it's easy for you to say that. It's absolutely not, because everyone's got a story. That's why we're all in this business. Everyone's got, lost someone, or had a breakup, or been at rock bottom. Everybody has, me included. And there's 2 ways that it can go when you're in that position. And I think that life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how we deal with it. And that's what this business has done for me. It's given me that confidence to be able to say that to other people, because I was definitely in a position before this business where I didn't think there was a way out, you know, having been through a breakup and then, you know, having to sell a house pretty much at a loss, then taking on loads of debt. You know, I was sofa hopping for a little while, staying at different people's houses with my daughter. It wasn't fun, but this business has completely got me out of that. So honestly, I'm waffling now, but honestly, if I can do it in the nooks and crannies of the day, then anyone can. You just need a passion to want to do well, and you just need to love the products. It really is that simple. And you know, we get paid to do three things actually. Number one, find customers. Number two, find team members. And number three is just to teach one and two, right? So if you love the products, you're going to do those things. I'm making it sound really simple, but it really is that simple if you think about it.
It's awesome. Lucy, what you're sharing, I just am so grateful. I'm smiling as you're talking, because I think a lot of people are hearing, oh my gosh, it is the same thing. You know, it's like they're hearing you say a lot of the things that I say. You know, I too decided it made sense to me. I signed up as a customer and a distributor, you know, in one day, you know, and say the exact same thing that you say. So teaching this and what you're teaching is very important. And the other thing I just want to share is I always share with everybody, look for people that are already busy, because they're hungry. And you can hear it in her voice. You can hear the passion, you can hear the hunger, you can hear the commitment. And like she said, it wasn't for the things, you know, that, you know, like the stuff, but it's her nature too. So you want to look for people that's their nature, and not people that need it, you know, like, you know, you've got that work ethic in you, right? She'll find the time for the things that are important. So just think about yourself, you know, what is the story? So I just wanted to share that, because now at our conference here in the U.S., they just announced really the 3 pathways are one. They're finally catching on over here that it's okay to sign people up as the customer and the distributor, because as I share with people, someone shared the product with me, you know, back before you guys were even born, you know, back in 1989, they shared a water filter with me, but they never told me there was a business. So because of that, you know, because they never told me, and I could have used that extra money, right? So I was very resistant for a long time. So this time you know, you never know what it is for someone. They might look successful on the outside, but you don't know what's going on behind the closed doors. So you're just reconfirming everything. I just want you to know you're on track. So thank you.
Oh, wicked. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's so true. Like, so many people, I hear it all the time, you know, customers make the best teamers, and I'm like, what about me? Like, oh, I wasn't a customer. And it's exactly right. Look for the people who deserve it rather than who need it, if that makes sense. Because someone could really need this business, and what I find is that I bring them into my business and I want it more than them. Like, I'm saying to them, you know, let's go to this event, let's get on this call, let's do this, let's do a shake party, let's do this. And they're just like, no, you know, I've posted 3 times today, you know, that's it. And then people tend to give up, but, you know, you want it for them more. But, you know, you're right. If you find hungry people, driven people who want to succeed, then they're the ones that are going to change your business. So one thing as well, I've said to my team before, write down a long list of who you really want to be. You know, how do you want to spend your days? How do you want your friends and your family to view you? That's the person that you want to aspire to be. And I think it's really important to just keep that vision of yourself, because this business, you know, you will have ups and you will have downs. I've had lots of negativity since joining this business from so-called friends, but that vision of actually, this is how I want to spend my days. This is who I want to be. This is the kind of role model I want to be for my daughter. That has kept me going over everything else. I think that's really important. Be your own best customer as well. So absolutely live and breathe the products. You know, we always say in our team, look, it's 80-20, okay? 80% of the time, if you're on plan, you are going to get results. We are all human. You know, we might go and have a drink, or you might have a cake, or, you know, something that's not on plan, and that's okay to be normal. But as long as you're running 80%, maybe even a bit more, but you need to live and breathe and genuinely love the products, and that will come across in your social media as well. Because I think social media is all about being you. So if you look on, I don't know, you might look on my Facebook and think, oh, that's a good post. Never ever copy it. Turn the words slightly. Use your own picture. Make it about you, because people, no one's going to wake up in the morning and think, oh, I'm going to go and buy some Juice Plus today. They're going to wake up and they're going to say, well, I've seen Joanne's post. Like, Joanne looks amazing. You know, she's brilliant. She's confident. I want to do whatever she's doing. So it absolutely has to be about you. And it's so important to have your story and, you know, sharing who you are, why you're doing the business, why you're interested in the product. It's so important that comes across on your Facebook and generally your social media, because if you imagine Jay Martin, okay, so Jay Martin goes onto your Facebook and he picks out any one of your friends on Facebook and he messages them and he says, do you know why Lucy does Juice Plus? Did you know that Lucy did Juice Plus? If the answer is no, then you're not sharing your story enough. You're not connecting with those people on there. So I'm pretty sure that most people on my Facebook would know why I love the business, because I share that quite a lot. They would probably know, you know, that some results that I've had on the products, maybe not all of them, but I think that is a really good test. If you're adding somebody new to Facebook, do they know that you sell Juice Plus? Do they know why you love it? Share your story, why you love it, not just buy my stuff, buy my stuff. It's so awful when you see that on people's Facebooks and it's just, you know, the gold plan or the diamond plan is this price or is this price. Actually, why do you take the products? Why do you love them? How do they make you feel? Because if they make us feel good, they're going to make our friends feel good, right? That's what needs to come across on social media. Personally, I think Facebook is probably our biggest tool at the moment, because we've got all the groups in there as well. You've got all the team pages, business pages, all sorts of things like that. So personally, I would say we're talking about getting to SC. So when you're starting out and getting to SC, you need to really be smashing Facebook before you stress too much with all of the other platforms. Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, I think they're brilliant. But I do think that, you know, Facebook, you can get across so much. You can get, you know, you can have a short status, you can have pictures, videos, you can do lives. If you're not doing lives and double lives with your team members and your customers even, then you're missing a real trick, because that's so powerful. So definitely do lives. And when you are doing the lives, I'm going to sound really brutal now, but don't go on a live and say, oh, I'm just going to wait for a few people to get on and then leave it 5 minutes, because then everyone's logged, everyone's gone off now, and people can watch a live back hours later, days later. If I'm watching your video and you're saying, oh, I'm just going to wait a few minutes, like, people get bored, like, it's boring. Just go straight in, be really excited, because people will catch up. So that would be my tip with lives. Mix all your posts up as well. Like what I said, don't just be like, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. Just, you know, look at what you're doing. Why is it about you? Think about your lifestyle as well and what your vision is, who you want to be. And that should come across on your Facebook as well. So quite often I put things about like the home. I know that sounds really silly, but I really love like renovating homes and stuff like that. Like, my house at the moment has been a big renovation project. We had a massive flood last year. It was just an awful situation, but I've absolutely loved renovating it. So I quite often put like furniture up, or I don't know, like I'm having a downstairs bathroom put in, so I put like, what about this one or this one, and just getting people to comment on them. I think that's really, I get a lot of traffic coming through my social media that way. I went to a wedding the weekend as well, and I wasn't sure which dress to wear, so I put the two up and got everyone to vote. So that was another good thing you can do, or ask like an engaging question as well. So I think something like I've done before, it might be something like, I don't know, do you keep your tomato ketchup in the fridge or in the cupboard? Or, you know, so questions like that, something that's completely unrelated to Juice Plus, but it gets everyone talking and everyone commenting. And think about the times when you're posting as well. So who are you talking to? If you're talking to mums, when are they on the phone? Maybe just before the school run, maybe just after the school drop off. Yeah. If you're talking to people who are busy working in the corporate world, you know, like I talk to a lot of people in the corporate world, because that's, you know, where I'm from. So I would look at, okay, what sort of times are people going to be sat on the train? because that's when they're going to be on their phone. So think about who you're targeting, who you're talking to, and that is really when you should be sort of targeting your post towards them. Does that make sense? So, and one thing as well, the reason I keep saying is like being your own best customer is because if you're not walking the walk and doing it, it's a bit like teaching someone to drive if you can't drive. It's never going to happen, is it? So you need to be able to, you need to know the plan. I can tell you, pretty much anything that's in our customer plan without looking at the customer plan. So you need to know what you're selling to people, basically. Also, what else have I put down here for you? Use your Facebook as well, a bit like a blog, a personal blog or a diary. So if you're having a shake, share it. If you're, I don't know, walking your kids to school, or you're going out with your friends and, you're putting your nice outfit on a Saturday night, having a glass of champagne, share it. If you're thinking about your future, share it. If you're looking for wedding venues, share it. Whatever you're thinking about, think about your social media and how it would be attractive to you as well. So every single Sunday, I look through my own social media and some of my teams as well. But I always look at my own and I look back at the week and I think what's missing, what could I have done better? And I always, my biggest critique, or actually you could ask a sideline to do the same thing. I always encourage that in the team, just to have a look at each other's.
Lucy, I have a question for you. What makes you unique? Because we all have the same hours in the day. Social media, anybody can, they can do these things. They should be doing these things, right? Schedule them schedule them, be spontaneous, do all of those things. But what do you think, right? Because there are people who've been in the business a week on the call. There have been people who've been in the business 5 years, 7 years. They're in the business and still at SC. What makes you, what makes you unique? That's not even unique, but what's the difference between you and other people that you see as, because this might tempt you're in the business. What is it that you believe that everybody needs to get out of their own way and start to adapt for them to step into their greatness? What would you say?
So for me, it is absolutely about mindset and 100% not using excuses. So my business, you might be wondering, in the UK, we have other positions above National Marketing Director. But the reason I am still National Marketing Director, my business pretty much halved last year, and I've built that back up again. So I've technically become NMD twice, really. But the reason I'm different is because that would have killed most people's businesses. Most people go into a little black hole and they say, I can't do it, it's not for me, it's failed, it hasn't worked, or they sidestep and go and sell skinny coffee or whatever they're doing these days. But it wasn't for me. I'm in this business because I absolutely love the products, and that is never going to change. If I wasn't in the business, I would still take the products day in and day out. That is a fact, and my whole family would as well. So there's just no other option for me, really. This business is a priority for me. It always has been. So I do set a DMO, a daily method of operation, and every single day there are things on there like this that I would do without fail. So posting on social media, for example, self-development, always do that every single day. Talking to people, we don't get paid to post, we get paid to talk to people and build relationships. So I always think, right, a minimum of 5 new people every day that I would have a brand new conversation with. It might be about what top someone was wearing on the weekend. It might not be anything about Juice Plus, but opening those doors. So for me, I would not go to bed until those jobs on my list are done. I just never ever go to bed. For me, my day isn't over until I've done those. If I'm out, if I'm at a wedding, if I'm working away, whatever I'm doing, I absolutely work on my business every single day without fail. And I'm going to sound like a real crazy woman, but even Christmas Day, I'm still talking to people. Every single day I talk to people and I do this business. I never have a day off.
Yep. I love it because what you're sharing, if you're listening, she's an NMD, right? Or spending with me every single day. I could put something else funny, but it's you never know. it was a great thing that Cynthia Goffers, that she's the national marketing director, 100 Club, been in the business a long time. And she goes, Lauren, she goes, what if I didn't talk to that 16th person wide for her, which is now 80% of her business. This lady that, if she had only gone, somebody says, oh, you need to only, get a couple of distributors on, or, she goes, it was my 16th person. What if I hadn't had talked to that person on vacation? Who wouldn't have been helped if I hadn't talked to them? So if you hear, this is a way of life, right? Because you love it. You love it. So awesome.
I just think as well that
5 more minutes.
We tell our customers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, we tell our customers, that this is a lifestyle change. It's not a fad. It's not a diet. This is a lifestyle change that you're committing to, right? The business is exactly the same. It's a lifestyle change. It's not a job. It is a lifestyle change. So the first thing I do when I wake up is check my team's reports and my customers on when you go into your virtual office and it tells you when they're being shipped. I do that before I'm even up. That is a lifestyle change. That is the first thing I do. I literally reach my phone and I check my customers and I check my team. Done before I'm even up. So that's what I mean. You need to think about your business as a lifestyle change. It's not a job. It is a lifestyle change. Does that make sense? Hope so.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's amazing. Awesome. Well, we have about, you can keep going. I'm sorry I keep interrupting, but I just want everybody to hear, the same things that she's saying. It's not, I think that, sometimes people are looking for the magic bullet, of what's it going to be. And really it's just the consistency, those daily disciplines, that commitment, that hunger, everything that you're talking about. So I don't know if you want to keep going and then we'll take some questions and answers. So I'm going to put you on mute because my dog's barking. So back at you.
Okay, no problem. What else have I written down here for you? I think you probably know this already, but absolutely always, always, always be positive. Like not just on social media. If you're having a bad day, speak to your upline or speak to your friends in the business. It sounds really bad, but sometimes I find like the people closest to you will, if they see you constantly in a drama, I think drama will kill your paycheck. Like it really, really will. If there's lots of negativity around you, people are not going to join your business. So if you are having a hard time, which we all do, work on yourself. That's what I do. Like, if I'm in a rubbish situation or something, I would always go to work on myself. So by that, I mean mindset, always, every single day, self-development. But I do that every single morning. I think it's important to do it in the morning and probably like last thing at night as well, if you can. It doesn't have to be for hours, but it really helps me because I think when you wake up, you've probably got about 20 minutes in the morning before you can decide if you're going to have a good day or a bad day. So if you wake up and there's, some sort of Tony Robbins blaring out of your phone or on the radio or something, you're going to feel so much better. You are going to find it easier to get out of bed and do those things. So self-development, definitely. Get to an event as well. If you feel like you need some inspiration or anything like that, absolutely get to an event, or if not, hold one, because that's where I think like the magic does happen, because you stop then just being someone behind a phone and you get out there and you see and you speak to all these people doing exactly the same thing as you, and I think it's really, really powerful. So definitely events. And you know what, even if you can't get to one, get to an online event or put on an online event. I did one the other day and I didn't really prepare it that much. I just was talking to some of my teamies and we just did like a double live event for anyone that was interested in the business, and they just watched, and we had loads of new messages and connections and stuff from that. So it's just something else, there's a lot of single mums and stuff that can't maybe get to events. Do an online event. You can do that when the kids are in bed. So that's worked for me. Yeah, exactly, Zoe. They're really, really good, the online events. I love them. The only other things I would say, sorry, I've just made some notes. Just think about, everyone says this as well, but your vision board and thinking about your why is so important. So the other day I shared some of my old goals with my team, and nearly all of them had been ticked off. I found my old notepad from like a year ago. I said something like I wanted to be NMD by the end of the year. I'd done it by May. I did it really early. I wanted a QNMD in my business, which I've got now. I wanted 2 SCs, which I did that a long time ago. All of these things, I've literally gone through them and ticked them all off and shared them with my team. And it really is like the law of attraction. It really, really does work. So I don't know if anyone's got any questions that you want to ask. I'm just going to have a look at the comments. Best to watch for self-development. To be honest, everybody is different. Do you know what I do? I think that YouTube is like a little university on wheels. I really, really do, not on wheels, on it's just like a little online university. But the reason I say on wheels is because I always listen to videos from YouTube when I'm driving, always. So I learn so much when I'm driving because I'm always listening to self-development. And I just YouTube, I don't know, inspirational videos. If you put Eric Worre, Tony Robbins, any of those guys in there, lots of hundreds of other people will come up. And sometimes I just like to click through, to new people that I've never heard of before, because I think that's really, really powerful. And also people in the Juice Plus business. I've actually got one of your videos, Lauren, when you're doing, what do you say? Thank you very much, move the hell on out of my way, you say. My little girl actually walks around the house saying it. So, just listen to other people in the business, and that's what I do. I just put it on YouTube. But I think Eric Worre definitely has been a real life changer for me with his recruitment tips. And Jim Rohn, they're my 2 favourites that I listen to.
But you're just saying, what you're saying that's so amazing is the learning never stops, right? Whether or not you reach a position or not, you can feel that you're committed. You're all in. You know what I mean? It's not like your life is all in. I mean, how many of you can hear the difference? And that's the decision. Are you going to be all in? And this is just to reflect, Juice Plus just amplifies who she is. And so, would you say that would be true? And maybe I'm making hallucinations 100%. Up here, but I'm just kind of...
No, 100%. It is. And this, recently I've had a few issues, shall we say, in my corporate job. Just long story, but they've been really messing me around with my job, and it's just been so much hard work. And this business has completely just given me a breath of fresh air to know that actually there is another way out there. And it really has. So I'm actually thinking about leaving my corporate job just after Christmas. So thankfully this business
now you have a choice. And you have a
exactly
choice, whereas a lot of people had they been having that feeling but didn't have a choice, right, then that would be a whole different story. So what you're really saying is it's giving you choices that you didn't normally even know were choices, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Anybody else have any questions? I want to be respectful of her time. So anyone else? Amazing call. I look forward to seeing you. It's crazy. Our conferences
thank you.
are so anyone else have any questions, comments? I love the name Lucy too.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to say thanks so much, Lucy. You super inspired me when I saw your events, and you were so funny. Like, I'll definitely make sure I share the.
Oh my God, no way!
You were so funny on stage, and I think what I'd really love everyone to know as well is Lucy literally just had a laugh on stage. She really embraced it, and she was talking about how much fun she had at her events. And I think sometimes people get so wrapped up in their own, oh my God, it's a business, I need to be serious. Actually, you can have so much fun with this. Treat it seriously, but have fun. And I think you're like the perfect epitome of that. So I really, really am so glad you spoke about events on this, because Lauren's always teaching us events. And you gave such a good speech on stage. So we're really grateful.
Thank you. I'll send you the link because I've put it on YouTube. Awesome. I haven't actually watched it back. I can't watch myself back. I absolutely hate it.
So I get that.
So I've just put it on YouTube and just left it to the world, but I'm not watching it.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Awesome. Yeah, no, you really made me think, like, what am I waiting for? Like, I've never done, for the first time in about a year, I have a space in London that I can actually use for events with a huge lounge, and I just haven't put my own events in my house because I'm scared. So in the time you've been talking to me,
you should come to some of ours. We've got some in Shoreditch coming up, so I'll message you the details. You can come.
I'm in Shoreditch now. That's hilarious.
Wicked. There you go.
Awesome.
Wicked. I'll message you and come along.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank
Okay,
you
thank
so much.
you.
It was awesome. We really appreciate it very much.
Thank you for having
And we look
me.
forward to seeing you. Okay, thank you so much.
See you
Bye,
later.
guys.
Thank you.
Let's get this up on the YouTube, please. Okay? All right, thanks,
Definitely,
guys.
I will.
Have a great
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.